Archangel Michael says, a shadow moved against you recently, and you felt it in your sleep, in your chest, in your soul. Something inside you kept waking at the same hour, not knowing why, not seeing the faces that whispered against you. They thought they could rip apart what was divinely written for you, but what they didn't know was that a trap was being set for them at the same time. Your spirit has been under siege, targeted in silence, while you kept moving forward, trusting without fully seeing. Someone you once believed would protect you became the one who smiled at your downfall. But what they meant for your ruin triggered a spiritual reversal that began 3 days ago without their knowing. They met in private, thinking they were unseen, but even hidden rooms have watchers, and even whispered threats echo in the ears of angels. Something you owned, signed, or once gifted was used in a setup, but the twist is, that very thing brought their plan crashing down. One of them got too confident and slipped. A conversation was overheard, not by human ears, but by an unseen presence assigned to you. That presence is now exposing their plan, and their own hands are trembling from what has come back upon them. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They assumed you were weak, unaware, or too kind to notice betrayal. But what they forgot is that kindness is not blindness, and silence is not surrender. You were never alone, even when you cried alone. You were never unattended. A person who once protected you from a small threat is now stepping forward to shield you from a much greater one. They were silent at first, unsure if you would believe them or forgive them. But now that something terrible has happened to one of the plotters, they've realized the gravity of what was being unleashed. There was an attempt to forge something under your name. A digital signature or a manipulated document, disguised to make you look like the villain. They were planning to use it to corner you publicly, but something broke their path, a system flagged their activity. Not a human system, but a spiritual alarm. As soon as it happened, a power shift occurred, and a wave of discomfort began haunting one of them. Type Amen to get blessing 757. Archangel Michael says, the reason you felt sudden sadness or fatigue was because someone tried to transfer spiritual weight onto you. They visited a person who practiced dark arts, asking them to block your path and delay your rising season. That meeting caused an energetic reaction, and now their own home is absorbing the backlash. A mirror broke in their place without reason. One fell ill with no diagnosis. One is now hiding, afraid of something following them at night, and they know it began the moment they tried to harm you. They underestimated who you were. You are not just a name, a presence, or a person. They touched someone who was divinely protected. You were marked from birth to withstand storms that would break others. And now a reversal is activated, your name is being removed from blame, and theirs is being written in the record of downfall. A legal issue they wanted to attach to you will now turn against them. Watch closely. Type Amen to get blessing 292. There is a voice trembling behind a fake smile. This person has seen the consequences and wants to beg you silently. They're afraid you'll find out too much, too soon, and you'll walk away before they get to cover their steps. A woman is involved who pretended to care about you. But she was the one who passed information about you to a third party. She thought you'd never find out, but now that the energy is shifting, she's starting to panic. Her words are no longer received the same way. Her face looks different in the eyes of those who once believed her. People are starting to realize who's lying, and the dominoes are falling one by one. You were divinely delayed, not denied. And that delay served a purpose to let them build their own destruction with their own hands. They dug a pit for you, but the ground gave way beneath them instead. Type Amen to get blessing 181. A strange illness is now following one of your enemies. It's not visible on scans, but it lingers at night, during dreams, during stillness, as if something is watching their every move. A family member who doubted your truth is now starting to investigate quietly. They are connecting dots and recalling moments they ignored. Your side of the story is slowly becoming the only version that makes sense. Something valuable that was hidden from you, property, inheritance, or reputation, is returning. An angel is turning the tide. A voice in power will soon speak your name in honor, not accusation. There was a moment you almost gave up. You felt abandoned and confused. But the storm that rose against you just cleared the dust around your blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 919. A message was intercepted. Something was written, edited, and meant to be sent to a superior against you, but it was rerouted before it reached the target. It vanished without a trace and left the sender in fear. They don't know who blocked it, but you will feel the results. Meetings are being cancelled and a planned attack has silently collapsed. Someone you don't speak to anymore is now being shown visions in dreams. They are seeing the truth they rejected. They now know you were right and they were wrong to let others poison their view of you. Archangel Michael says, the timeline of justice is unfolding faster now. What was meant to take months is happening in days. Doors are unlocking and false stories are unraveling like threads coming loose in a broken cloth. Type Amen to get blessing 411. The pain you carried is not wasted. Every tear became fuel for protection. Every scar became evidence for divine judgment. A spiritual court was held and your case was brought forward. 3 angels testified on your behalf, revealing moments you didn't even know were being observed. And the verdict: favor and restoration. Someone who once mocked you is now facing a mocking of their own. Their friends are turning cold. Their schemes are becoming public embarrassment. There is a shift coming to your location. You may be moved, relocated, or summoned into a space you never expected to enter. That invitation will mark the beginning of a reward phase. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Your name is being whispered again, but this time, in reverence. Not in slander, not in judgment. A leader is watching from afar and preparing to approach you. They heard what happened. They saw your silence and called it strength. They are being moved to correct what was done to you. You may see strange behavior in someone close. They are aware of something they can't hide anymore. They're carrying guilt. But now that divine eyes are on them, they are trapped in their own consequences. Stay calm. Don't seek revenge. The angel assigned to your justice is already in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The reason you were removed from certain circles was protection. You weren't rejected, you were redirected before the fire could burn you. The same people who closed doors on you are now trying to reopen them in shame. One of them has already paid a price. A deal they made turned against them. A business collapsed, a relationship ended. A door shut that they cannot reopen. They called you too sensitive, too emotional, too naive. But now your discernment is being praised by others who were once blind. Archangel Michael says, don't return to the people who betrayed you. A new circle is forming. A safer, stronger, more loyal circle is being prepared for you now. Type Amen to get blessing 533. There's a person who laughed when you cried. They joked when you were broken. But now that same person has lost their laughter and they're watching you from a distance, praying you never rise. They feared your rising. They knew if you ever stood tall, you're rising anyway, despite everything they tried. Your victory is unsettling them. Your peace is haunting them, your joy is disturbing their illusion. And you deserve every single blessing that's now falling into place for you. Type Amen to get blessing 656. The night seasons are over. The morning is here. But don't move too fast, watch, listen and let the last few secrets reveal themselves. You will hear a slip-up soon. A name will be mentioned, a location will be exposed. That's the final piece. What they hid. They buried in a place they thought you'd never search, but divine sight is not limited by time or location. The Spirit is now pointing fingers. You may feel a spiritual nudge to check something, don't ignore it. That will be the moment that brings the whole truth to your light. Type Amen to get blessing 202, stay grounded. The season of deception is ending. Clarity is now your companion, walk with grace, but walk with wisdom. Watch without reacting. And when it's time to speak, you won't need to prove anything, because everything will already be exposed. Those who turned against you will come face to face with their choices. Their tongues will twist. Their alliances will crack. And your name, once targeted for destruction, will now be lifted in honor and awe. Type Amen to get blessing 339. Someone is trying to erase their tracks, but it's already too late. The record is sealed in both the physical and the spiritual realm. They moved in arrogance, but now they're moving in fear. There's one person in particular, watch this carefully, who was smiling too much in your pain. That smile is vanishing now. What they laughed at is now knocking at their door. You may start to notice distance from people who once clung to you. They aren't avoiding you, they're avoiding what's chasing them now. That spiritual reversal has begun, and your hands are clean. Type Amen to get blessing 818. There was a gathering, some say it was innocent, but it wasn't. Your name was on their tongues. A decision was made behind your back, but it never reached the outcome they hoped for. Why? Because an unseen hand broke their line of communication. Phones went dead. Screens froze, files wouldn't load. That was no glitch, it was divine interruption. A higher court overturned it, heaven vetoed what man tried to declare. The same person who tried to testify against you was rendered speechless during their moment to speak. Someone was paid to bring you shame, but now, that money is cursed. That person is returning it, trembling, because they're being followed in their sleep. Type Amen to get blessing 565. Your photo was printed in a file that was meant to be handed over today. But the person holding it slipped, and someone else saw it, and recognized you. That person was on your side and didn't even know it until that moment. Now, that file has been pulled back. A full review is underway. And a secret meeting is being planned to inform you before anything moves further. Do not worry about what was said. What was said is losing power. What was believed is now being questioned. A woman who was once confident she could ruin your image is now pleading with someone to defend her. Her arrogance has turned to desperation. Type Amen to get blessing 778. There is someone younger, maybe even related to you, who has seen what's happening behind closed doors. They've stayed silent until now, but something is weighing on them. They will speak soon. They won't say everything, but what they do say will confirm your suspicions. And once that confirmation comes, you will know exactly who was behind this. A neighbor, a coworker, or an old friend may suddenly try to act kind, but it's not kindness, it's fear. They know something collapsed spiritually on their side. Your prayer summoned protection, your silence summoned angels. Your patience triggered divine judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 404. Archangel Michael says, the energy around you is clearing. It may feel heavy now only because the last pieces of the curse are lifting. What once stuck to you is no longer allowed to stay. Your name was written on a document you never signed. That paper was meant to bind you in a lie. But the person who prepared it forgot one thing: God doesn't let his chosen fall like that. Their printer jammed. Their ink ran out, the file became corrupted again and again. Every time they tried to finalize it, a new error came. That was not chance, that was intervention. Type Amen to get blessing 131. Now, the pressure is turning on them. One of the conspirators has already turned on the others. They have been cornered by something invisible but undeniable. They are hearing things in the night, they feel watched during the day. Even their reflections seem unfamiliar because the darkness they invoked has started to cling to them. You may feel a sudden urge to throw something away or cleanse your space. Do it. That is not superstition, that is instruction. There was something sent toward you, but it did not reach you. It's hovering outside your energy, waiting to be cast out. Type Amen to get blessing 717. A message you're about to receive will feel random, but it isn't, it's the turning point. Something once hidden is being forced into your view and it cannot be denied anymore. They laughed at your intuition, they mocked your sensitivity. But now that same intuition is becoming prophecy and they are trying to act as if they knew it all along. Don't be fooled by sudden praise, some praise is poisoned. Let your spirit discern the difference. There's one who regrets ever joining in. They were misled, yes, but they still made a choice. Now they are watching the consequences fall and wishing they had stayed out of it. Type Amen to get blessing 122. An object in your home may have been tampered with. Watch your surroundings. If something feels energetically off, don't ignore it. Something will break, fall, or shift in your space soon. That will be a sign something has been removed, something toxic has been disconnected. That's not a problem, that's freedom. A shift in time is beginning now. What was delayed for 6 months will now appear within days. A letter, approval, or opportunity is now being redirected to you again, and you will not have to fight to be seen this time. The light around you is undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Archangel Michael says, a mirror was shattered in someone's home after they spoke your name in wickedness. That sound was not random, it was a sign. Their attack cracked their own reality. They were warned, but they didn't listen. Now they're walking through the same emotional pain they wished on you. What you went through quietly, they are going through loudly. And the ones who laughed at your tears are now crying in front of those who once laughed with them. And yet, your spirit is rising. Light, calm, stable. Because this is your season of divine reversal, type Amen to get blessing 303. There is a financial breakthrough tied to this event. Someone stole from you, or blocked your access to something you were owed, but that blockage is now melting. A divine accountant has stepped in. Records are being revealed, even the smallest injustice is being tallied and prepared for repayment. Expect surprises in the form of refunds, settlements, inheritance calls, or forgotten assets. One will be revealed before the end of the week. Someone once took a large sum and hoped you never ask about it again. But something is going to force them to come clean, or be exposed publicly. Type Amen to get blessing 144. They played with your name as if it had no meaning. They altered facts. But now the truth is chasing them, and they can't run fast enough. A major miscalculation was made. They thought the spiritual world wouldn't respond. But a guardian was watching, and now justice has found them. They tried to send destruction to your front door. But what came to you was peace, and what went to them was chaos. Do not be shaken, even if you hear rumors or feel strange shifts around you. Remember, the darkness has been disarmed. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You are not the same person you were when this attack began. You're wiser, sharper, more spiritually sensitive than ever before. You are not the same person you were when this attack began. You're wiser, sharper, more spiritually sensitive than ever before. They tried to destroy your foundation. But what they didn't see was that their attack was pouring water on the seed that would make you rise. Now, your roots are stronger. Your spirit is firm. And their efforts are falling apart. The final sign will come soon, a call, a name reveal, or an apology you never expected. That's the evidence that the storm is truly over. Type Amen to get blessing 606. A final conversation is happening without your presence, and still, your spirit is the loudest in the room. Someone who once denied your truth is now defending you when no one expected it. Their heart has been pierced by guilt, and they know they chose the wrong side. Their pride won't let them apologize yet. But you will feel the shift in their energy, their posture, and their actions. They are no longer mocking. You've become untouchable to them now, and the one who led the destruction campaign is losing power rapidly. Something they counted on, money, favor, or position, is slipping from their hands like sand. This is not karma, it is divine correction. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You'll begin to feel sudden clarity in your mind. Your thoughts will organize themselves effortlessly. That's not a coincidence, it's the removal of confusion they sent your way. They planned to scatter your thoughts, to weaken your focus, so you would lose momentum. But instead, you're now moving with a calm strength they didn't expect. You're remembering who you are, not just emotionally, but spiritually, energetically, divinely. You were never meant to beg for what's already yours. And now that your atmosphere is cleared, the gates of opportunity are swinging open. Type Amen to get blessing 444. One of them is about to confess under pressure. A message, voice note, or letter may arrive from someone who can no longer hold the secret. The truth is burning them from the inside. Don't let anger consume you. Let it come, let it reveal. Let it serve as the last chapter of the attack they thought would break you. The confession won't change the past, but it will clarify the storm. It will show you exactly how far they were willing to go, and how far God went to stop them. This is not the end, it's the elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Archangel Michael says, they tried to silence your gifts, but your gifts are now louder than their lies. What they tried to shut down is now becoming the very tool lifting you up. There is a project, dream, or talent you put down because of their attack. Pick it back up. The atmosphere has changed. The curse is broken. Begin again with boldness. There is oil on your hands. There is fire in your voice. This time, no one will be able to stop what is blooming through you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A spiritual hand is pushing things into alignment for you. Your next steps are being cleared. Your path is being lit. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't even entered. What they meant to be your downfall has become your announcement. Every delay became proof of your power. Every detour became part of your testimony. Even those who didn't believe in you are now forced to watch you rise. They may not clap, but they cannot look away. Your story is becoming undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 343. A shift in atmosphere is occurring where you live. The air is lighter. Your body is sleeping deeper. The weight is lifting. You may see signs around you. Birds visiting, sudden silence, dreams of water or wind. These are confirmations. You are stepping into your redemption season. Someone who once used your kindness is about to need your forgiveness. You don't need to respond, just observe. The divine realm is handling it all. Stay focused. Your elevation is not small, it's generational. Type Amen to get blessing 151. Soon, you'll walk into a place and feel watched, but not in fear. Watched in reverence. Because someone in that space already knows who you are and what you overcame, a connection you lost will be restored in purity. Someone was kept from you to protect your timeline. But now that the enemy's influence is removed, the reunion will be holy. You're not going back to the past, you're moving forward with wisdom. This version of you is stronger. And everything coming now is built for your future. Type Amen to get blessing 416. They whispered curses behind your back, but now they are hearing your name in praise. The same mouth that mocked you is now silent in shame. You don't need to clear your name, God already did. You don't need to explain, your light is louder than their lies. This is your recompense, this is your rising. This is your revenge, without bitterness. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Be ready for a message that starts with, I've been meaning to tell you this. That message is sacred. It's part of your closing chapter on this battle. You will no longer dream of battles, you will dream of building. The war is ending. The blessings are beginning. Let your heart stay soft but your spirit stay wise. Not everyone returning deserves a place. But everyone showing you truth now is being sent for a reason. Your alignment is no longer delayed. What was crooked is being made straight. Type Amen to get blessing 303. This is the hour where even time bends in your favor. What would take others years will be granted to you in weeks. Your restoration will not be small, it will be divine, public, and irreversible, and the one who caused your pain will be reminded of your strength every time your name is mentioned. That is their lesson. That is your legacy. You survived what others didn't even see. You carried storms in silence. And now, peace is your inheritance. Archangel Michael says, it's done. Type Amen to get blessing 300.